Hey everybody, what's going on, y'all? This is the host of the Getting Started podcast, Sean Bussard, live here in the flesh. I wanted to go live this evening just to I've got a few free minutes here while my son's doing his taekwondo and I'm waiting on him to finish up class. I wanted to go live here and just kind of go over why I started this whole podcast to begin with, guys. There's a lot of podcasts out there, millions and millions of podcasts are out there. Most of them don't make it very far. And they're so spread out. There's a podcast for literally everything. Hey, Rochelle, what's going on? How are you this evening? There's a podcast for everything nowadays, guys. There's podcasts for business. There's podcasts for mindset. There's podcasts for flower planting. There's podcasts for, playing pranks on your buddy. There's a podcast for everything. If you're into something, look it up. There's a podcast for it. It's kind of like YouTube. There's a YouTube channel. But I started this podcast because, hey, Carmen, how you doing this evening? I started this podcast because I'm just a simple 9-to-5, well, we're going to use that term loosely. I'm a simple construction worker who wants more out of life, who's looking to get more out of life, and who is going to get more out of life. And I feel like there's a whole lot of people out there that are just like me. They want more out of life. They're trying to get more out of life. And they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. And I didn't either. I was completely lost. I was in the dark. And in a lot of places, in a lot of areas, I'm still in the dark. I don't know everything there is to know about half of what I'm doing. But it's not stopping me from doing it anyways. Thanks for loving the podcast, Rochelle. I'm actually doing really good this evening. Having a whole lot of fun. Just trying to, live life and be better. But, hey, Jared, what's going on, brother? Hey, Bill, how are you this evening? But yeah, a lot of people don't know how to get started. They don't know where to get started. And when I started kind of digging into a little bit of this, digging into a little bit of that, that's when I really started kind of learning that there was a whole world out there that I didn't have a clue about, that I never even began to research or look into before. So, as I slowly began to learn a few things about this and that, marketing and sales and things that I never, really thought about, mindset being one of the big things, I had this desire. I needed to share it with people. There were other people out there just like me who didn't know what was going on, didn't know where to start, didn't know how to start, but they wanted more. And they didn't go after it. They didn't try to achieve anymore because they didn't really know where to go about getting the knowledge to acquire more. And this has nothing to do with, yeah, sure, it's got a little bit to do with wealth, but it's not just wealth. We all experienced the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant this past week, and I don't think there's a soul out there that can say Kobe wasn't great. Kobe was the epitome of greatness. And we still talk about Kobe because he was great like he was. And that's what I mean when I say wanting more and wanting to achieve more is I'm happy in my life where it's at right now. I am. I have a wonderful wife who drives me up the wall and makes me insane sometimes, but is there for me when I'm, down and out and I can't do. She takes over and she does. I've got, 4 wonderful kids that, again, drive me insane, that I love with all my heart. And I'm happy. I'm truly happy with my life. But I'm not completely fulfilled and I'm not completely satisfied because there's more out there than what I'm doing. And I have this feeling or a drive inside me to be great. I want to stand on that same tier with the greatest leaders of all time. I want to strive for that top tier of the pyramid where you see figures like Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Walter Payton, and even some of the more, I guess relatable people nowadays would be Well, I mean, I'd put, Gary V up there. He's very, very influential. Hey, Brandon, what's going on, brother? Ryan Stewman is definitely one of my big inspirations, and these are guys that are, you may not know who they are yet, but I promise you will know their names one day. You are going to know these people's names, and you're going to look at them and be like, they were great people. They embodied what greatness looks like, and that's what I'm hoping to achieve. That's what I'm busting my ass to achieve, because I don't want to. When I die and I pass from this world, and it's going to happen, we're all dying every day. But when I pass from this world, I want to leave a legacy behind that my children can look at and be like, you know what? My dad did that. My dad paved the way for me to do that. I want people to be at my funeral, having a battle royale over who gets to give the eulogy because of how much they want to, just remember me for what I did and what I helped impact their lives to do. Because in the overall grand scheme of things, it's not about me. It really isn't. It's about how can I impact someone else's life in order for them to be great, in order for them to achieve the greatness that they deserve. I mean, we're all put here for a reason, and that reason is not to slave a 9-to-5 job every single day. It's not. Guys, there is so much more to life than just slaving away and trading time for dollars. My goal is to get my life to the point where I can trade my dollars for time, because that's where it's at. And you're right, Brandon. Coaching is a key for legendary legacy, and I plan on getting there and being right there with you and some of the better coaches here very soon. Very soon I plan on achieving that. It's going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of work, but I will be getting there. You keep a watch out for me. I'm taking that underdog mentality to the next level. But getting back to my original topic and away from my rant, I started the podcast to help others like me find that way to start, to find that way of relating to somebody who started with nothing and has achieved, their own level of greatness or their own level of success. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And the reason I know I can do it is because I know others who have done it. And that, going back to what you were saying, Brandon, about coaching, everybody out there who wants to do something better and who wants to achieve more in their life, don't sit around and just kind of hope it happens. Don't wish for it to happen. If you don't know how to do it and you don't know where to start, find someone else who's done it and ask them to help you. 99 times out of 100, they're going to say yes. They're going to help you. Find a mentor. Find a coach. And dig in deep with them. Lock arms with them. And dig through the trenches. You can do it because I can do it because they did it. It's all a cycle, y'all. So, on that note, I want everybody to have a great evening. And enjoy the rest of the evening with your families and your loved ones. For those of you who are possibly at work right now on that, evil graveyard and night shift, hey, power through it. You got this. So, good night, everybody. See y'all next time.